Good morning. Looks like we've got a few minutes. We'll let all the other kids get on here. Let me adjust my screen a little bit. Let's see. Okie doke. There's a few of you. Hi, guys. CFBS, settings, solid display, show, preview, mirror, touch my appearance. Spotlight my video on display. There's some more students. Awesome. Just gonna wait a little bit here till more kids show up. I'm adjusting my video to make sure everyone can see just my screen. Makes it easier.
What's that?
How is everybody today? Everyone having a good day?
Good.
Good. How's it going, Lily?
Fun.
Good. Recording. OBS recording. All right, good. So today is a drawing day. We're going to be practicing to be ready to paint next time. Who likes drawing? You do? Awesome.
Me.
Do you?
I
Good.
I love drawing.
Do you? Good. I know a lot of kids really look forward to the painting, but I really feel it helps you to be a good painter if you have practiced drawing. So that's why we usually spend a day practicing drawing, learning a few exercises, and then we can spend the whole time next time painting. I love painting too, but I do like drawing as well. Can you guys hear me?
It's both the same thing because they're both things that artists do.
That is very true, Lily. You got it.
Are we learning about Van Gogh?
Yes, so we're talking about Van Gogh. I know we studied a little bit about Van Gogh last month. Do you remember the picture that we painted?
Yeah.
What was it called? Van Gogh's something. What was it? Was it some black flowers?
Mommy.
Were they black? Flowers. What color were they?
What color?
It was this.
Flowers that you guys painted?
The yellow sunflowers? It was Van Gogh's sunflowers, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep, sure was. So we're going to talk a little bit about Van Gogh. I know we talked more about him last time, but because it's Halloween, I made this cute little picture based on Starry Night.
I don't think it's Halloween right now.
No, but it is harvest season. It's autumn, isn't it? Fall or autumn. We can pick our pumpkins. Have you guys gotten a pumpkin yet? Do you usually get pumpkin?
I got pumpkin, but I draw the face with a Sharpie.
Oh, good. Well, I chose this because I wanted something different, not necessarily, well, I've seen some examples of Van Gogh's Starry Night with, like, there's Christmas scenes and different things. And I thought, well, I'm going to make one with a pumpkin for fall. So a pumpkin and a kitty cat. And that's where I came up with this picture. So this is what we will be painting next time in 2 weeks. And we'll talk about the colors that we use. But first, we're going to dive in with some drawing, okay? Everybody had a good week?
Yes.
Oh, good. All right, so get your drawing journals out. Do you have those handy? And your drawing pencil. I think yours looks kind of like mine. Everybody have their journals out?
Okay.
All right, and we're going to do just a few little exercises. First of all, did everybody find 3 objects to draw today? We're going to create our own little still life.
Yes.
You do? Good.
I didn't pick 3 objects.
Yep. So you need something round,
Yeah.
something shaped kind of like a box, and something at least as tall as your hand.
Something that's all.
And we're going to just kind of look around each other's house in the room you're at, and we're going to identify some objects, okay? So here is my box shape. It's just a little box. Here is one of my round objects. It's a bottle of wipes, but it's round and it's tall. And I had a Halloween fall decoration.
Well,
What's
this
that?
is as tall as my hand.
Yep, that's good. That's an interesting shape, Lily. Okay, do you see this? What's that?
Pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin.
Actually, it's knit. It's like made out of yarn on the outside. But what shape does this really resemble? What is it close to? Is it close to a box?
I even have this pumpkin.
Oh, good. Yep, that works too. So is this close to a box shape
Yep.
Yes.
or a circle?
Circle.
Circle, yes. It has rounded sides, rounded top, rounded bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say this is close to a circle shape. So this is kind of my circle shape to draw, and my container of wipes is a circle shape. So those are my things. So look around your room where you're at right now and see what things you can identify as circles. Does anybody see any circle shapes? And you can just say it on here. Feel free to unmute.
So
And you can share your circle shapes.
I found my balloon.
Oh, perfect. Good, Lily.
Remember this pumpkin, right?
And your pumpkin, yep. Who else has some circle shapes they can share?
This tiny little ball.
Yes, a ball. That's a perfect circle shape. Anybody else have any other circle shapes?
Yeah, this Monster Jam helmet.
Yes. Oh, perfect. Yep, that certainly is. Oh no. Oh, I just saw somebody eating an apple. Is an apple a circle shape?
I have a circle shape.
I think so.
People have circle shapes
I
on
have
their
an
body,
apple.
their eyes, and their head.
Exactly, and we're going to talk about that in a minute too. All right, what about,
I have an apple.
You have the apple, yes.
Shadow.
That's what I
I
saw
have
real
an
quick.
apple.
Yep, and that's a circle.
I see you.
That's a good circle shape.
I see you.
All right, does anybody see in the room you're in anything square or shaped like a box like this? There's a box of plastic tissue.
This.
Yes. Yep, very good.
Watch this.
Very good, you guys. Yep. Dexter, that's an interesting shape. That's kind of a box, but it has some clear sides too, doesn't it? That was really neat, Dexter.
I see your ugly laugh.
All right.
Hey, I found stuff.
Found something else?
Found this.
Oh,
I
you
found
did.
this with the, and I found
Very good. That is kind of a box shape, isn't
drawing
it?
that is the square on the paper. And
Yep.
one of my cards.
Aw. Okay, good. All right. So we're going to go. Can I have, oh, I'll add one more in here. All right. If everybody can go ahead and mute their speaker. Yeah, put it on mute so everybody can hear me. Sometimes it gets noisy with other people talking. Thank you for joining us, Kian. Good to have you. We were just talking about shapes, and we were looking around our room for circle shapes or box shapes and identifying those. Also, we can be able to identify shapes when we're drawing and painting. Okay, so that's just the practice that we're using. Now, what I'm going to have you do is make your best circle shape that you can. And let's see, I think everybody can see me. All right, so what I've done, boy, I can barely see. I think I'm going to use my Sharpie.
I see you. I'm painting already.
You're painting already? All right, so,
Painting, Kim.
pardon
I
me?
hear you.
We will be
I heard
painting
you
in 2
before.
weeks. In 2 more weeks, we will paint, I promise, okay? All right, we are going to start with, we're going to make 4 circles.
Mute, please.
I got it. Okay. All right, everybody. So I'm going to go over with Sharpie because it looks like in the camera, my pencil lines are super light. So I am going to make 4 circles. So open your journal, and on the next page after what you last worked on, your next blank page, let's start with 4 circles about the size of, does anybody know what a silver dollar shape is? It's like a big quarter. So I'm going to make 4 circles about that size. Can you see that? Everybody make 4 circles. If you need a parent to help you, that's fine. It does not have to be perfect. My circles are not perfect. We just want some circle shapes. And we're going to do a fun little exercise like we did last time, a little bit different. We're just going to have a little fun with some circles and create some different objects out of your circle, okay? Make sure everybody has their circles. Now, the first one, we're going to add some shapes. And I know for you older kids, this might be a little bit boring, but just go with it. Have a little fun. You can kind of add to it if you like. But since we have such a large number of younger kids, I'm going to try and tailor it a little bit more to them And I am going to have you older kids in a minute work on drawing the drawing that you see in the picture, the Starry Night. I'm going to have you work on that, okay? For now, let's start with our circles. So with the first circle on your left, I am going to turn this into a cat, okay? And this is one of those shapes that, well, often faces are pretty round, right? So our first little exercise to make this a kitty cat, we're going to start with some ears. And a good shape for an ear is a triangle. So if you can see, hopefully my hand won't get in the way. I'm going to make a triangle here and a triangle here. Can everybody put a triangle on the left and the right side of the top of this kitty cat face? Just a triangle for each ear. And then we're going to make a small triangle inside of that triangle to make the inside of his ear, like that. Oh, there's somebody else. Welcome to class. Thanks for stopping in. We are just practicing some drawing exercises starting with circles. So go ahead and get your journal and your pencil out and you can join us. All right, so this kitty cat, we're going to give some stripes to his little face. So we're going to make some more triangles. Remember triangles, it has 3 sides, right? Like our little ear. Okay, these triangles, we're going to have a small triangle coming down from the top of his head, kind of an upside down triangle. So a triangle like that. Can everybody do that? And then another one, a little bit longer maybe. A third triangle. And a 4th triangle. Okay, so these are his stripes. And what else do we need? We need some eyes for this cat. Usually eyes are round, so we're gonna do some more circles. Let's practice some more circles on, if you look at your circle about in the middle, I'm gonna put my pen in the middle. And then if you go to the left a little bit, I'm going to make a circle for one eye. If you go to the right a little bit, make another circle for another eye. So put 2 circles in the middle of his little face, and those will be his eyes. And to give these eyes a little more sparkle and some character, let's make some pupils. Color in some circles in his eye, like that. Does everybody have that? The circles, good, good. Circles do not have to be perfect, just do your best. That's all I ask. And then when we're all done with these, I want you to show me in the camera, okay? I want to see everybody's work. All right, so his little nose, we need to make a little nose. So this kitty cat has another triangle. We're going to use a triangle for his nose. So in between his eyes, but down a little bit, right here, just below, I'm making a little triangle for his nose, okay? And then we're going to make his mouth. So if you think of a curved line, like half of this circle is a curved line, isn't it? We're going to make 2 curved lines from the bottom of his nose coming out. And another one this way. Everybody have that part of the mouth so far? And now we're going to make the bottom of his mouth. You got it?
Teacher?
Yes.
I messed up it, but I'm gonna go to the next circle.
Okay, that's fine. And remember, there's no messing up. You can just adjust it with your pencil, okay? Because we're going to make something else with the next circles as well. So if you want to just go right over top that one, you can keep going. Okay, Lily? All right, so with his little mouth, does everybody have the, like his smile, his lip? And then we need 6 more lines. Where do you think I could put 6 lines? How about some whiskers? Would that help make him look like a kitty? So we'll make 6 lines, 3 on this side, on his right cheek, 2, 3. Is that an easier one? And then 3 on this side. In the same place, but on his left cheek. So we turned it from a circle to a kitty cat. Does everybody have that one done? All right. Let's go to the next circle. I am thinking of something that is out in space. And let me show you some lines. We're going to make kind of a squiggly line. Yes, Lily?
The moon.
Very close. Very close. How about the planet Earth?
Well, I know how to
Planet
make
Earth
that
is-
one easily. I
Yeah?
can make that one like easily.
Okay.
I don't even need directions.
Oh, good. So I'm going to make this into the planet Earth because the Earth is shaped like a ball, just like the moon. So I'm just going to make some squiggly lines because the continents on our planet are not one straight line or one big curved line. They're all different, aren't they? We've got lots of islands on our planet, and the continents are very different shaped. So I am just going to create some squiggly lines to create the continents on our planet. And you can do any kind of squiggly line you like. I'm just gonna make this one like that, kind of lumpy and bumpy. Okay. And how about a couple little islands? Here, maybe here. Does that kind of look like the Earth from way far away? All right, the Earth is another circle shape. The next circle shape, how about a beach ball? So I am going to show some stripes in this beach ball, and you do your best with these stripes, but I'm going to show you from kind of an angle. Okay, towards the top, I'm going to have you make a little circle. You make a little circle like that at towards the top, not at the very top and not in the middle. Okay. We're going to create some cool stripes and make it look like it's kind of sitting at an angle. We're going to make a line a little bit curved. For your bigger kids, you can probably make a curve of this line from the middle circle out to the outside. And another one, a little bit of a curve to the outside. And if you want to go straight to the outside, you can do that too. Make another line with a little bit of a curve. And a line with a curve on this side. Anybody having trouble making the curved lines? Or is it going okay? Give me a thumbs up. No, you're having trouble? Okay. If you want to just make a straight line, just go straight over you can do that, okay? We're just making some stripes in our ball, and the stripes usually start out at the, let's say the very top. So let's create another stripe up here. A little bit of a curve if you can. If you can't make a curve, don't worry about it. And we'll do 2 more lines here. 1 here and 1 here. See how it gently curves because balls are round and the lines are going to curve with the shape of the ball. So there's a beach ball, another round object. And I think Lily showed us a little ball earlier. One more thing we can do, similar to what we did with the kitty cat, is make a face, a person's face. So do your best, that's all I ask. We're going to start on the top right. So up here, not right in the middle, move over from the middle. And we're going to make some hair, create some hair. So we're going to go down, down to the side, okay? So think bang, someone's hair that's hanging down.
What are we making?
Just a face.
Oh.
Yep, so we made a kitty cat face over here. We're gonna make a person's face right here because that's another good example of a circle. So we made, see how I made a diagonal line and made a point. I went up a little bit. So I made 2 points. And you can make the hair however you like. If you just want to have some lines for hair, that's fine. I'm going to make some hair come over this way. And then in the middle, because your ears are right in the middle of your head. Did you know that? In the middle on both sides, we're going to make an ear to this little guy. It's a half circle sticking out. Can everybody make a half circle on each side? Like that. Let me bring it up closer to the camera. Okay. Just gonna make a little face. All right, what else do we need for a face? Eyes. Eyes are circles.
Noses.
Nose.
What's that?
Noses and mouths.
We will do that in just a minute. Let's start with our eyes, okay? More circle practice. So, like we did on the cat, we do a round eye right here. And then kind of on the right side, another circle for the other eye. And like we did with the cat, let's color in a little bit of the eye and make a black circle in one eye and a circle in the other eye. Okay, let me bring it closer. I know it's kind of far away. See the kitty cat's eyes? I made a circle in a circle. This one's a little bit more filled in, looks like. All right, so a nose, a good way to make a simple nose in a drawing like this, we will start in between the eyes. So if you can put your pencil down between the eyes, and we're going to make part of a triangle. We're going to go over and over like that. Now, if we connected those 2 spots, these 2 lines, that would make a triangle, wouldn't it? So we're just going to stop it right there. That's the nose. And then we have 3 more curved lines to make. What does this face still need? Mouth.
Mouth.
Yep, very good. So let's make a smile. Everybody know how to make a smile line for a mouth? Like that. And if you want to add some things to this face, feel free. I'm also going to make some eyebrows. So over top of the eye, we're going to flip that smile that we just made and make it upside down. And I'll show you the first one. There's one eyebrow above the right eye. Okay, just a little bit of a curved line, just like your smile, and then another one over that eye. If you want to do a straight line for an eyebrow, you can do that too. So there's my 3 circle shapes. Okay. Next, we're going to focus on squares and boxes. So you showed me some of your objects. Some people had some boxes, some containers, and those are perfect for square shapes. So can everybody draw 4 squares on their paper? Parents can help. I'm doing it about this big. Okay, let's do 4 of those. 3, 4. How many sides do squares have?
4.
Very good. How many sides do circles have? 1 big circle, right?
Yeah,
one line.
They have 1 side.
1 side, yep. Because it continues, it goes all the way around and stops where it starts. All right, so squares.
You're not smarty. I just said there always 1 side.
So the first square, we're going to turn this one into a gift package. Okay? So bear with me. This one's going to be a little bit trickier, but it'll be cool. So
I'm doing just like you, Kira.
so you bigger kids can probably do this a little bit easier. Maybe parents need to help. We're going to make this kind of a 3-dimensional box, gift box. So I'm going to make a diagonal line, a small diagonal line at the top, like that, okay? Does everybody see? So a short diagonal line here and here. Got that? Hold on.
No, I can't make it.
And then one more right here. All right. So you have your square. You have 1, 2, 3 lines that are kind of going diagonally. It's not really straight across and it's not straight up, it's diagonally. So those 3 lines we are going to connect. Okay, so on the top ones, let's connect that. And these 2 will connect like that. Is it looking like a cube? Yep, we're making a cube because a box is a cube shape, isn't it? All right, let's add, how about some ribbon? Ribbon that look like stripes on this package. Can you draw 2 lines going down on the front of the square? And 2 lines this way in the middle. And 2 lines on this side. Okay, if you want to go straight across and just make a cross sign, you can do that. We'll make this ribbon go this way. So remember our diagonal lines here and here? We're going to make another diagonal line with our ribbon. If you want to go straight across, that's fine. That's how making three-dimensional objects on something that's two-dimensional, just flat paper, it gets a little tricky, but it looks really neat and it's kind of fun. And all we have left for this gift package, we need a bow on top. Go ahead and make your own favorite kind of bow on the top, okay? I'm going to make a loop and a little circle and another loop like that. Everyone can make their own kind of bow at the top. All right, so there's a square shape. Oh, very good. Yes, good job. Great. All right, another square I see in my room. How about a window? Windows are usually square, some are rectangle. Let's make a window. So this window has a few square shapes in it, okay? So we are going to make, I think they call these window panes. Let's make 4 squares inside our window, inside your big box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Does everybody have 4 squares inside the big square? I'll give you a minute here. When you have the 4 squares, then let's make a long rectangle for like a windowsill below the window. So we're going to just continue and make a long rectangle below our window, okay? How you doing? Very good. Good job. How's yours? I see your brother's. Very good. Good. Awesome. You guys are doing great. All right. So the third box, this was a little bit easier. I'm giving you an easier one here. I don't know if you have any pictures in your house on the walls, but do you know what a picture frame looks like? Picture frame is a square shape, if the picture's square. And you can see, do you see behind me? I've got a picture frame right behind me. And it's a black rectangle frame. So that's what we're going to make. We're going to make a picture frame. That is a square inside of a square. All right. More square practice. Okay. So make a square inside of a square. I'll hold it up. Okay. Got it? That one was pretty fast. So the next one of my boys gave me the idea. It can be square or rectangle. We'll turn it into a square. My phone. And we're going to make a notebook. This will be a little bit more fun. So Remember the triangle we made before? We made a triangle, kind of a triangle here in the cat's ears. Let's make a triangle starting from this side of your square at the top and going out and making a triangle at the top of your square. Can you do that? We're going to make a spiral notebook. All right, so if you have your triangle at the top, and then the fun part, we're going to make curly cues. One long curly cue. So we'll start on the left side right here, and let's make some curly cues, go around and around, and this is our spiral wire. Does everybody have a spiral wire notebook? Oh my gosh. My phone keeps ringing. There we go. Okay, so just keep making your curly cues all the way down, right along that line, okay? Let me hold it up. Curly cues are kind of fun to make, aren't they? Just loop to loop to loop to loop. Yep. All right, good job, you guys. So those are some square practices. Now let's practice with some round, some cylinder shapes. Now, my container of wipes is a cylinder. That's what we call something round that's three-dimensional. It's not a flat, round object like the top is, but it has three dimensions, and we're going to make 3 objects that are similar to this, okay? My first one actually was this example. So I will show you how to do that. So what we're going to do is start with an oval shape. Does everybody know what an oval shape is? It's a squashed circle, right? Yep. Taking a circle or a ball shape and you squash it, kind of like an egg, right? Almost an egg shape. So we're going to make a flat circle that's sort of like this. We're going to make 2 of those.
From a chicken.
Yep. Yep. So we're going to do 4 little objects here. So can everybody make an oval? An oval, a flat oval like that.
Flat oval.
Oval, yep.
You
You have your ovals? And then we're going to make an oval down below. So give it some space and make another oval right below.
If you don't have space here, just go on to the next page,
Flat
okay?
oval.
Yes.
Did everybody make an oval? Let me bring it up to the camera. So there's some ovals. Now I'm going to connect those ovals with a straight line on each side, okay? Because I'm going to make a container kind of like this. Bring that line down. Bring that line down. And it kind of looks like a cup, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm even going to add a line here because my container has a line down here. So there's a cylinder shape. I'm going to do another cylinder shape. That was my coffee cup this morning. So you had a little practice with ovals. Let's make 2 more ovals, okay? I'm making a little bit bigger oval. Can everybody make a bigger oval? Good. And then below that, we're going to make a smaller oval. Okay, so a bigger one and a smaller one. This is going to create a cup. So now we're going to connect the side of this oval with kind of a curved line if you want, or a straight line. Oh, is that got out? And this side, we'll connect these ovals like that. Okay. And what do most coffee cups need so we don't burn our hands? Needs a handle, doesn't it? Yeah, so let's make a half circle. You know what that looks like to me? It looks like an ear. When I was practicing this, I thought, this cup has an ear.
I need you to stop.
To me, it looks like an egg.
An egg? It does kind of look like an egg, doesn't it? And then we'll make another one, another half circle inside that half circle to make the loop to hold on to, okay? How are those coffee cups coming? So these are cylinder shapes, okay? Oh, very good, yay. Oh, you guys are doing so well. You know, I was so nervous thinking about teaching art to kids and not being able to be right there to help you. And it made me nervous having to do it virtually. But you guys are doing so well. Oh, look at yours. Very good. Oh, you make me so happy. Good job. All right, so we've got about 15, 20 more minutes left. Let's finish up our cylinder shape. So I've got another idea here. Look at your pencil. The pencil you're using, I'm using a Sharpie, but they're the same shape. This is also a cylinder. It's much smaller than my container of wipes, isn't it? It's much smaller, but the same basic shape. It's round, it has a round end. And this one is actually pointy, but your pencil is the same. It's long, narrow, round, and it even has a pointy end. So we're going to practice drawing your pencil. All right, so we'll start with one long line like that. Can everybody draw a long line? And then I'm going to make another long line, but we're going to start on this end making a point. We want to make it a pointy pencil, okay? So we'll start right at the line on the left, making a point and getting a little bit wider like that, okay? And then to make you, I know everybody I think has a metal end instead of an eraser on their pencil. And we're going to create that metal end. Can you do that? And then if you sharpen a pencil, it will have a line here.
No.
All right, so there's my drawing pencil. It's actually kind of a triangle shape, and then I made a square shape on the end. And then one other thing I thought, very similar to a pencil, how about a paintbrush? So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to make the end of the paintbrush, like this end, not as pointy. Let me hold it up here. Not as pointy as our pencil end. A little bit rounded. So let's make one line like that. And a curved end like that. Okay, let me hold it up. All right. I don't know if you have your paintbrush handy, if you want to look at it to draw it. That's what really helps a lot of people, is to actually, if they're drawing something, to be able to look at either a picture or the actual item to draw it. It's hard to draw from memory. So looking at my brush here, we've got the round end like this, and this end, I'm going to make the metal piece that holds the bristles on. So I'm making a little box. And then I'm going to make the bristles. And I like to make drawn bristles like this. Let me hold it up. See how it comes to a point on both sides? And there's a paintbrush. Okay. All right, so we had practice making circles or spheres. That's a three-dimensional word for a circle. We made squares and boxes and cylinders. And now we're gonna spend the last about 15 minutes. We're gonna practice some of the shapes that you see in the painting, in the drawing that's right here on the screen, okay? So either go to your next page or turn it over. I'm gonna go to another page. So go to your next page in your journal, and we're going to practice drawing the objects that are in this painting. So then you're familiar with it for next time when we go to paint, okay? This is going to give you a little more practice. We're going to paint what is called a silhouette of the cat. See that little kitty cat? The head looks very similar to the cat that we drew here, didn't it? See how it has a circle face and the pointy triangle ears? And you can almost make 3 circles. So let me show you a little trick here. So here's my cat, and you can use the whole page if you want, or just part of the page. We're just going to quickly draw these objects into your journal, okay? If you want to look at the screen here, you can, or if you want to look at your actual canvas that was in your kit, you can look at that to draw from, okay? We're going to practice drawing the cat and the pumpkin and the moon and some of those swirly stars. So for the cat, a good way to make this cat is make some circles like we did earlier. There's a circle for the head and the top part of the body, and it's almost going to look like a snowman, but this is just for drawing practice. And then you would paint over these lines so you don't see like circles. We would be totally covering this in. So here's a cat shape. Let's make some triangle ears at the top. Okay. I'm going to make a tail that kind of curves around like that. Does everybody have a cat and a tail? If you want to leave the tail one line like that, you can. I'm going to make it a thicker, wider tail like that. All right. What other shape do you see in our picture here? Do you see a crescent? Did you know another name for kind of a sliver of a moon is a crescent shape? It looks like a crescent roll. I don't know if anybody's ever had a crescent roll. Those are really good. Well, the moon here in this picture is a crescent shape. It is a half circle. We even call it a half moon. The moon is a half moon, and it's pointy on both ends. So we're going to create up on the top right, let's make a moon. There's a half circle here. And then from the points, we'll make another half circle to make a crescent. Does everybody have that so far? How about another circle shape? I see a pumpkin that this cat's sitting on. Let's make a big circle underneath the cat, okay? So right here, I'm going to make a big circle like that. All right, what else do we need here? How about the mountains in this picture? So let me hold this up. I know you guys have your picture probably in front of you, this little picture. So if you look at this white area through here, I'm not sure if those are mountains, like we have the hills. I'm not sure if those are hills or if it is clouds or fog, but we're going to call it mountains or hills. And let's create kind of a squiggly line for these hills, okay? So my line starts at the bottom of the cat's tail. Can you put your pencil down at the bottom of the cat's tail? So at the bottom of the cat's tail, we're going to draw a squiggly line going up to the end of your paper, okay? And then the other side, we need a little bit of a hill right here. See this white line? I'm going to make a little hill on the other side of the cat. So we've got this line and this line. Now, these hills that are in front of the white ones here, we're going to make this line. All right, so the white hills, we started here at the bottom of the cat's tail. We're going to go down a little bit to right here. Can you put your pencil right about here? And we're going to make a couple more hills. There's a bump and another bump, and it just keeps going. And that can go right off your paper like that. So we have this white line and this dark line, two sets of hills, okay? What else can we draw in our painting? How about, do you see these lines down here? Let me bring this up closer. You can look at your picture that I sent you. So these are actually rows of trees. Okay, it's sort of similar to Van Gogh's little city. In the picture that I painted a couple of years ago, there was a church, there was a bunch of like houses and buildings. I decided to leave all that off just for the sake of the cat and the pumpkin. So these are just going to be little lines to represent trees, okay? It doesn't look much like trees, but for the painting, that's what we're making. That's how we're going to create trees, just rows of these little lines, okay? So if you want to look at your picture, we're going to go, let's start this line. So here's the top white line, and here's the second set of hills right here. Let's go down a little further, about in the middle of the pumpkin. Put your pencil down here. And we're going to make a curved line. Whoop. Sometimes Sharpies don't want to write unless they're straight up. Okay, make a curved, kind of a wavy line. And this is where those trees are going to start, okay? In your drawing, or on your canvas, I should say, I gave you some lines like this. let's just draw some rows of trees like I gave you on the canvas. Can you make some wavy lines? Just do your best. That's all I ask. I think there's one more. That's pretty much it. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 wavy lines. That's going to create our rows and rows of trees. And let's throw in some stars around our moon. Can you make some dashed lines around the moon? And another set of dashed lines above that set. So we have 2 rows of dashed lines. And how about let's make the swirls. You see the swirls? So this is how I made the, I drew on what is on your canvas. I just started out with my pencil and I made all these lines. It gives you a guide so you know where to paint. So that's how I always start out my painting, with a drawing, okay? So looking at the swirls here, let's make, how can I make it the easiest for you? Can you make a curve like that? I wonder if you can see that okay. I'm going to make a swirl with just these short dashed lines. And I'm going to curve into the swirl. I know this one is a little bit harder to make. Just do your best. So I'm making this swirl of clouds like that. Just make some dashed lines to make this swirl pattern. It's almost like an S shape, right? Looks like an S. I have an S in my last name. So we're just making the outside part of the swirl, and then we're going to make this part of the swirl. Can you see that okay?
We have an S in our last name too.
You do?
Philip.
You're right. Yep. Your last name ends in an S and mine starts with an S. All right, so here's some windy swirls, and then we're going to have a few more swirls up here. Bear with me, we're almost done.
So, check.
You know what I almost think? I almost think this is like the Milky Way. Do you know about the Milky Way out in space? Have you read about that? I kind of think this might be the Milky Way that Van Gogh is trying to show in his painting. So here's the swirl.
On Halloween, I'm going to my cousin's house to do a Halloween party, and in my boxing class, I'm doing the same thing.
That sounds like fun. How exciting. All right, the last few things I want to put on are the stars. And then you have a drawing.
Can I hear something cool real quick?
Sure.
I'm going to my Tina's because I think 2 days ago, I just remember I was turning 6.
You had a birthday 2 days ago? Happy birthday, Lily. Oh, wonderful.
6.
Wow. Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lily. Thank you. She's my best friend.
All right, so we have, can you count the swirly stars I made on your canvas? Who can count all those little small swirls? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Seven.
Yes.
Seven.
So let's make a circle for each of those stars. Let's start at the top.
You hear me? Yeah.
So we'll make a circle above the cat's head.
I am gonna go to the other side.
Yeah? Okay. So here's a star for above the cat. Right above his head, there's one. There's one more up here. Make a star here. Here. Down here. Oh, let's say right about here. And one more below the moon, like that. All right. So this is how I start all my paintings. I start out with a sketch. I look at all the shapes. I try to figure out, are those round shapes? Like the cat. We made the cat out of a bunch of circles, didn't we? Including the pumpkin that he's sitting on. That's another circle shape. So it's good to practice figuring out what are the shapes that you see, whether it's in a picture or just when you're looking at things. We didn't even really let's get to drawing your still life. That took a lot longer than I expected. So where is my other paper? We're just going to spend a few more minutes. I know it's getting long. It's been an hour now. Let's spend about 8 more minutes. And let's practice drawing your still life, okay? I think this is a weird angle. Maybe I'll put it sideways. Let's see. All right, so does everybody have their 3 objects in front of them? So if you have anything that's shaped like what we drew, I have that cylinder, the first one, and my pumpkin, and a box. So let me see if I can arrange it.
This looks like the present.
Yep.
This looks like the kitten.
Oh, it is. It looks really soft too. Aw. All right, so let's spend a few minutes and we're going to draw what is called a still life. If you have your objects in front of you and we put them together, do you see how I kind of have them together? I know the video camera is going downward, but I have them arranged. I wonder if I can move this. I'll probably mess it up. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing on paper. So with your 3 objects in front of you, if you guys are sharing the objects, put them in front of you. And actually, I think I'm going to move my camera a little bit. Get it out of the holder. This will be easier to show you what I'm looking at. Of course it. Okay, here is my still life. Everybody see that? I've got my pumpkin, my cylinder, my wipes container, and a box. I put them together like that, all nice and squished together. And I'm going to draw that. So I'm going to start with the circle shape. If anybody has something round that they're drawing, let's start with a circle shape, okay? So I'm going to put my camera back up. Oops, hang on. Okay. So I'm going to start with my pumpkin. And I just want you to be able to think of where things are If you've got a pumpkin or a ball or a cup, I'm going to start with that shape for the background, okay? Of course, I don't normally draw with a marker or Sharpie. I usually use a pencil, but I want you to be able to see better. So here's my pumpkin. So if you have something round, go ahead and put your round item. And my pumpkin has a stem. So I'm going to make the stem. You can kind of color it in if you want, like that. Yes, yep, that's good. That'll work. And I'm going to make some lines because pumpkins have creases. Like so. I know some families have to leave, so that's fine. And if you want to catch the end, I will be keeping the recording in YouTube. I will email that out a little later. So there's my pumpkin, okay? In front of my pumpkin you saw is my box. I'm going to make that box right in front of the pumpkin.
I'm done.
You did, good job. Boy, I love seeing your journal filled up like that. That's awesome. Very nice, yep, good job. Now I'm gonna make my box right here in front because it's sitting in front of my pumpkin. Can everybody make their square box object?
I'm done.
You're done? Oh, you are so speedy. Oh, that was wonderful. Good job.
My cup over here.
Yeah.
My pumpkin. And my card.
Yes. Oh, very good. All right, let me finish my box here so I can catch up because you guys are speedy. You're faster than me.
I'm
Here's-
faster.
All right, here's my box. I'm going to put some lines on it so you don't see the pumpkin through it as much. Kind of like that. I call these hash marks. All right, there's a box in front of my pumpkin. And then next to the pumpkin, behind the box, I have my wipes. So I'm going to make, remember the oval shape we did here? With a cylinder, we did an oval and an oval. I'm going to make that next to my pumpkin. So here's an oval shape for the top, and then the bottom is behind my box. I don't see the bottom when it's behind the box. So I'm going to just make part of an oval, see?
I made mine.
You made yours all done? Oh my gosh, you're so fast.
I have a my plushie inside of
Yep.
the box, and the lid's on the
Very
side,
good.
and I have my helmet.
Very good. Oh, that is awesome. You guys are doing so well. So well. All right, so there's my cylinder and my stripe on it. So this is what we call a still life. Do you know why we call it a still life? It doesn't move, does it? It sits still. There's not a lot of life to a box, an empty box, or a container of wipes. But we call it a still life because it is items set together that we can draw from or paint from, okay? So that is the end of our class for today. Next time in 2 weeks, we're gonna get together and paint that cat, the cat pumpkin in the Starry Night version, a Halloween version of Starry Night. We'll talk more about warm and cool colors. And we'll talk more about our color wheel and primary colors because we've got a lot of primary colors we're going to be working with. And did everybody have fun?
Yes.
Yes?
A lot of fun.
Was it? Oh, good. I'm so happy. Did you learn something today?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The life.
Good. You learned the word still life, huh?
We have a little bit of show and tell.
Yeah? You want to have? Sure.
What do you want to show her? Can Sergio show you his drawing book? I got them some drawing books.
Of course.
Here. This is what I got them.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same
I love that, Maria.
So we haven't started on them.
No.
Do you want to see one of my cool things I got for my birthday real quick?
Of course. I recognize that puppy too. I met that puppy yesterday.
Yeah,
That was the other one.
No, she saw her too.
And a dinosaur. Oh, thanks, guys. Wonderful. What do you have, Lily?
I got it for my birthday.
You got it for
my
your
birthday?
birthday? Love it. My boys were big into
Dad?
dinosaurs.
My dad bought me a wallet.
Oh, to keep all your money in, huh?
That
I
was
got two
very
things that are cool.
Yeah.
I got two things that are cool. I got a watch and I got this cool craft thing. It's right
Yeah.
next to me. Let's
Oh, let me see.
See, I went to my uncle's house and then I got this one.
Oh, you have a dinosaur too. Oh,
This
wow,
is
that's
it.
really cool.
Axel.
This is what it looks like.
I gave him a
Oh,
good
how cool.
Oh,
That's a
so
craft?
heavy.
I couldn't
Yeah.
tell. Is that a craft? Something to make?
Craft. Oh, that was so heavy.
Oh, is that what's his name? Big red dog. Clifford.
It looks like
Clifford. Yeah.
Clifford. Yep, I remember.
That movie. I remember on that movie. I used to watch it when I was a baby.
Yep. My kids did too. Oh, what's that?
I bought this robot. It's a transformer with my own money. My mom let me buy one.
Oh, wow.
It's an
Oh, awesome. Oh,
There
that's really
were
cool.
two types of transformers. There was the Decepticons that used to be good, but now they're bad because their leader wanted to make a war, and then the Autobots and then the Decepticons attacked each other. Many
I see.
many Autobots and Decepticons died.
Okay.
Oh, no. And Avengers, yes, we're Avengers fans too. And Legos. Oh, that's really cool, guys.
No Legos.
And
Yep.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, Pokemon.
I remember
There's-
the box of raw.
All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to get off here. I've got some other things I need to get to. I will see you back here. Bye. I'll see you in 2 weeks, okay? All right. Take care, you guys. Be safe.
Thank you, Julie.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me get out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's put these away, okay? Here, go put your journal in your bag.
I like my
With your pencil too.